Like, it's okay to have negative thoughts. It's okay to have shitty thoughts. It's even okay to talk ourselves down once in a while, because it's our body trying to tell us something. Either shine a light on an insecurity or show a fear that we may have, or try to see that as a sign and try to respect the sign your body or mind is giving you, and then move to the next step, which is number 3, and that is respond to it in a constructive way.
Welcome to What I Love About Sex, where some incredible guests and I, Steph Kanowski, will be bringing you the tools for improving your sex life with topics such as sex issues with your partner, sexual self-confidence, premature ejaculation, sexual shame, masturbation, sharing your fetishes, orgasmic pleasure, and more. Sex is still so taboo, and I personally believe that by improving our understanding and communication skills around sex, we can enhance our own self-pleasure as well as deepening our long-term romantic relationships. So listen in, try to stay open-minded, and let's get started.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode on the What I Love About Sex podcast. So this episode is going to be super short, super short, guys. I want to just ingrain this in your head and leave these 3 steps with you to really, truly work on and just keep in mind. What I want to talk about is dealing with negative sex-related voices in your head. So that's self-talk, right? Like that talk in your head that's just like, oh man, like your dick is too fucking small for anyone, or you suck in bed. You know, this is you talking to yourself like I can't. And it's interesting because some people do have the thought in their head where it's like, oh, I suck in bed. And then some people are like, you suck in bed, but it's like a voice talking at them, or it's them talking themselves. So I want you right now to, number 1, become aware of your thoughts that are on repetition, that are not working for you when it comes to your sex life, your sexual confidence, your sex life, your sex relationships, just what are the thoughts that are consistent, that are negative in terms of your sex life. Think about 2 right now. Okay, now that you have 2, let's move to step 2, which is you want to understand where these thoughts are coming from and at least try to make sense of them. And what that means is like, try to understand, like, all right, why do I think I've been telling myself this for so long? Like, why does this make sense to me? Was it because of one memory? Was it because of 5? Was it because I just made it up because I assume? And how does it make me feel when I have this thought? How do I think having this thought consistently in my head and really believing it is affecting my relationships, my sexual relationships, my dating life? How does this consistent thought impact my external reality by just having this thought on repeat? What if I didn't have this thought? What would change? So this is you getting curious about the thought. And this is coming at it with curiosity versus shaming yourself for having it. Because that's something a lot of people do. And, you know, myself included sometimes. I used to do this a lot more until I realized it was not productive to shame yourself for having negative thoughts. Try to understand the negative thought. There's a reason why it's there. There's a reason why we talk to ourselves the way we do. And when we understand and get clear on why we talk to ourselves that way, that's the only way to push through it. Not even push through it. I don't even like that word. Like, get through it. The only way to move through something that no longer serves us is to understand it and to give ourselves some grace. Like, it's okay to have negative thoughts. It's okay to have shitty thoughts. It's even okay to talk ourselves down once in a while, because it's our body trying to tell us something. Either shine a light on an insecurity or show a fear that we may have, or, you know, whatever the case may be. So It's try to see that as a sign and try to respect the sign your body or mind is giving you, and then move to the next step, which is number 3, and that is respond to it in a constructive way. So after you address the thought, right? Number 1 is become aware of the thought. What is the negative thought on repeat? Number 2, understand where it's coming from. Try to make sense of it. Don't shame yourself for it. Try to make sense of it. Try to understand why it's there. Number 3 is respond to it in a constructive way. There's this phrase going around right now. It's not toxic positivity. I don't think it's fake positivity either, but it's something along those lines that just like, it shows how a lot of people today, I think the media has kind of brainwashed us to like, oh, think positive, think positive. So when we're in a really shitty situation or shit mindset, it's like, oh, I should really just think positive. You know, like I shouldn't be just think positive. Like, oh, I'm so negative. I need to think positive. And it's like, all right, but thinking positive in a moment when you're really talking down to yourself to randomly say, oh, but I'm a great guy. Like that doesn't really solve the fact that you just told yourself you're a fucking horrible lover. Like, like you're most likely still going to have that thought again. And until you understand it and do something with it, which is the constructive part, it's going to keep coming up. So there are different ways to move through it in a way that's constructive positivity versus fake positivity, right? And that's the difference I make. I like looking at it like, is this toxic positivity or is this or fake positivity, or is this constructive positivity? And constructive positivity, when it comes to negative self-talk, would be telling yourself, like after you understand it, right? Well, what's the next, like what's the thought that I would want? You know, like right now I'm having this negative thought. I get why I'm having it. It makes sense. I had this experience. This person told me this. Then I felt this way and it really hurt me. And now I just feel like that has to be true. It's really hard to get out of my head. Okay, so what do I want in my head? What's the thought I want to replace this thought? A thought that's similar to this situation, but actually replaces it and works for me. What would that thought be? And go with that. Make that a new anchor so that whenever you have this negative thought, you associate it to questioning it and saying, hey, is this really true? You know, do I have to believe this? And what's the thought I want to replace this with? What do I want to feel right now? Based on this insecurity or based on this fear, what do I want to feel that actually is true or could be true for me? Because you're not lying to yourself. You're not covering it up. You're not avoiding it. You're doing something with it. You're understanding this negative thought that you're now highly aware of. And then you're saying, what do I want to do with this? And by doing something with it is to change it and alter it and associate it to something that works for you. So if your negative self-talk is, I fucking suck in bed, and once in a while you just think that, I want you to start training yourself to, whenever you have that thought, say, all right, why did this just come up? Why did I just think this? What led me to think this? Oh, well, I saw that girl today and she reminded me of this. Okay. All right, that makes sense. But you know what? The last sexual experience I had was actually pretty good. And I actually felt pretty good about myself. And I didn't feel like I sucked in bed. I felt like, you know, I'm pretty good in bed. I honestly believe like I could be pretty good in bed. Maybe not all the time, but like once in a while I do feel that way. So yeah, right now I can feel pretty good in bed. And I'm going to say because of that last experience. And then you can move on. But see how you did something with the thought? Like you were constructive with it. You didn't just say, all right, no, don't think that. Don't think, you didn't blame yourself, you didn't judge yourself for having a negative thought. You weren't yelling at yourself for like being negative and then saying, oh, I should just be positive, No, you like thought about it for a second. And this could be really quick, guys. This doesn't have to be like a 20-minute reflection meditation bullshit thing. Like, you don't have to be that intense. It could literally be, oh, like, yeah, well, because I fucking suck in bed. Whoa, okay, wait, why did I have that thought? Oh, because I saw that girl. Yeah, she reminded me of this. You know what? I'm not that bad in bed. I'm actually pretty good. Last time I had sex, I think I was pretty good. So I'm pretty good in bed, Like I really am. I believe that the last time everything was pretty good. Like I'm getting better every time. I'm getting better every time in bed. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. All right. La 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 la. Like, see how that takes like 20 seconds? And if you don't have 20 seconds in the moment, say you're in a conversation with someone and it pops up, right? Then at the end of the night, reflect on this shit. Like write it down and do the same thing that takes 20 seconds. Write down, hey, here's a thought I had today. Here's probably why it came up. And here's what I did with it. Here's how I was constructive with it. There's so much power in calling your shit out. But you also got to do something with it. Because once you call it out, like, what's the good in calling it out if it's just going to sit there and surface? You have to mentally do something with it. Otherwise, it just stays the belief. You feed it, right? And then it's just calling attention to it. And then you saying, oh, well, yeah, I guess that's true. Like, no, it doesn't have to be true. And that's what you need to prove to yourself. You need to prove that what is true is what you want for yourself. You want something that's going to work for you to be true. But you need to know what thought that is in order to put it in your head and replace it with the old shit one. The old shitty thoughts. Am I right or am I right? All right, so I hope that helps you today. And and just know that it's normal. It's normal to have shitty thoughts about yourself, doubtful thoughts, negative thoughts. When it comes to your sex life, negative self-talk, negative sex talk. It's very common, and everyone has it to a certain extent, right? Some more than others. And some people are a lot more sexually confident. So there's like hardly any negative sex talk, and you can get there. You just have to train yourself and know that it's possible, but also know that it's normal. It's normal where you're at. Wherever you're at, there are a ton of people right there with you. And just know that it's okay to have negative self-talk. It's okay. Like, try not to judge it. Just understand it, because that's when you can be constructive with it. It's there for a reason. It's your body and mind telling you something, giving you some kind of information. So get curious about the information and use it to move through and no longer feel the negativity, but move through to becoming a stronger version of you. So that is it for today. Don't forget to rate and review this podcast on iTunes and Spotify I guess, wherever you're listening. It would mean a lot to me, guys, and I really appreciate those of you who have done it. Have an amazing morning, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world, and I'll talk to you soon.
I hope this episode helped you. If it did, I would love for you to leave me an iTunes review. It would mean the world to me. You can also screenshot your favorite episodes and tag me on Instagram at Steph Kanowski. And before I go, remember, your sex life is as good as you make it out to be. Until next time.